to RachandBellaCrafts. Rachel here, hope you're all well. So I've got a couple of things to show you this afternoon before we carry on with the project that's on my desk today. This is a new junk journal that I'm working on. And I started it last night and I've got a few bits and pieces left to do on the cover, but that's most of it there. And then I'm going to put my signatures in and we're going to do a little bit of work on the signatures. I want to show you a few little natty things I'm going to put in there, but I will come back to that in a second because first of all I want to show you the new kit that I'm using inside. Okay, let's move this out of the way. I'm going to show you, oh, I also had some more happy mail, but it was a digi mail. Is this a new thing perhaps? So I was just about to start kitting these out and I thought, oh, I can't get them out, I haven't shown them to you. So can you see all of that on there? Look at these gorgeous, gorgeous labels. So we've got these ones here, which are just amazing. I'm going to use these now in this journal because they've just got some really lovely colour schemes in there and some roses, which I'm going to show you in a moment. And then I also had these sent through. Now these have come from Daniela at Lillifee Paper Witch, and bless her heart, I went on and favorited a few of her new digis that she's put on her Etsy. I was looking at the other day, and when I woke up in the morning she'd sent them to me, so bless her heart. Please go over and support her Etsy shop. I will put the link below because she is creating some amazing stuff, and these labels and the vintage ephemeras are just stunning. They're really handy sheets to have there. Like I say, you know, I'm doing something with a new kit now. I didn't want to make a whole new load of labels, and she sent me these through and I thought, oh, they will work perfectly, and they're really inspiring little sentiments in them as well, and these are just gorgeous. So yes, go and check out Lillifee Paper Witch on Etsy, and I will link her her channel below. So we've got a new kit. It's ready, it's done. Now you may see this being used next month by some of the girls in the collaboration. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do with it, and obviously some of our design team will be working with it, but I've actually been ahead of the game this time because I'm working with it first. Oh, I don't know why I sound so pleased with myself about that. I don't know. I've had a lovely half day today. I was actually called back into work last night because the alarms were going off and I was stuck in work for ages waiting for the alarm guy to fix the alarm so I could leave. And my very kind boss has said, it's okay, I have half day now tomorrow. So I don't know, just feeling very pleased with myself. But I'm just so chuffed because I finished this and I really, really love this kit. So as I say, I started working with it in that journal there, but I'll show you more about that in a minute. So I'm going to just zoom you in a second, so bear with. There we go, because I want you to be able to see the kit, because the light is not great in this room. So this is the first page. So the kit is called Rosie Blooms. I wanted to do a kit for February, but I didn't want to do hearts. I was going to say hearts and flowers, but they are flowers. I didn't want to do hearts because I just felt that, you know, a lot of other people were doing that. So I thought, right, come on, come up with something a bit original. So I thought, I'll tell you what, we'll go with the roses thing, but we'll do it slightly differently. So this is not just for February, but if you wanted to do a Valentine's journal, it would work for that as well. So I've gone with roses. I've gone with vintage ephemera in the background. There's a lot of layering in this journal kit, but yeah, I love it. So you've got your kind of creams, your blues, your pinks, yellows. There's even some greens in there. So that's the first one. And then we've got this one here, which is a real bloomy one with some, again, some vintage music ephemera, and a lot of this stuff has come from my personal vintage ephemera. You'll see my grandparents' names on a lot of these documents. Newport, that there, he doesn't know this yet, I haven't told him, but that there is actually, that is the image of, you know, when you have a baby and you have a weighing card and the baby gets weighed and, you know, they go to the midwife. That's my dad's weight card from when he was a baby. I haven't told him. I'd forgotten all of it. I was looking at it and thinking, what's that on there? Newport, name of child. I don't think I brought dad's name out in it enough, but yeah, so that's my dad's weight card from when he was a bairn. So there we go. Little bit of history there. What have we got here? oh, another one of my grandparents' telegrams. A letter there to my dad when he was little. I think it was from my grandmother actually. And we've got a bit of music paper in the background and a bit of dictionary page. Some lace on this one. I really like this one. I like there's lots and lots of layers to it. You know, you got the postage type date stamp on it as well. So yeah, a lot going on with that page. Oh, and this one I love too. Do you know what? I think I like them all actually. So again, you've got that's part of a letter. And we've got some ledger paper here, 1922. I'm trying, it took me a while, so I'm trying to see. I can't remember what that was behind there. I think that was from a letter I had as well. That's out of my adverts kit thing. And then that obviously is a ledger there. But I've also put some kind of like splatters on them so that they look like they've kind of had a bit of ink thrown across them. Just trying to make them look older, you know. So yeah, I like that. And then there's this one. This has got oh, I know what this is. These are from, I had some ephemera that I bought from an old like an ironmonger's, I think, very old, but these are letters, some of the letters that were in there as well. And I think that's one of my grandmother's letters up there. Yeah, and then there's a diary page there from 1922. So, oops, let's turn the page. And then this one is the last of the journal pages. So again, we got a bit more of letter. We've got some Polish book page in the back of this one. Again, another part of a vintage advert here. And this is another old family letter in the background there. And then in the background here, there is actually, oh, it's a telegram image. That's right. I was about to go on a tangent and I was going to talk a lot of rubbish. Nothing new there. Okay, so that's the journal pages. This is the ephemera. It's all in the same kit. So, you know, there's not an ephemera kit and a journal page kit. It's all in the same kit. One price. So these beautiful images here come from a very famous artist. The ladies in the ephemera here were painted by a artist called Emile Vernon, well over 100 years ago. These are now public domain images, and I just thought they were absolutely exquisite, and they would look lovely in this kit. So I've integrated them into journal cards, or you could use them as pockets. It's entirely up to you. And I've also put the pages in the background as well, so they've kind of blended in with those. But I think they're lovely, aren't they? So all ready for spring, or if you want a little bit of romance, I thought they were also kind of lent themselves to that theme as well. You've also then got 3 large tags, which have got nice backgrounds, but they're not too, you know, in your face that you can't put stuff over the top of them. You also then have a page of ephemera, and I've incorporated the roses theme here. Some little bits of red, a few little red butterflies, an old family photo, and that there is a book cover. And you'll recognise these numbers because I've used them previously in another kit, but they were a different colour, so I've made them more of a burgundy colour this time. Also, gotta have some hearts. It is Valentine's after all, so there's your hearts. That's about as romantic as it's gonna get. But yeah, so again, we just used the background to create some lovely little, you know, use some little pockets, whatever. Blow them up, shrink them down, do whatever you want to do with them. I was going to release these cabinet cards as a separate kit because I do have more, and I've got to be honest, they've been sat there in part of my scanning folder for ages waiting for me to do something with them. But I thought, no, I'm going to put a set in with this kit because I think it'd be really nice if you're going to go down the vintage route, you then got a set of cabinet cards in with it as well. So like I say, I will release more later on, but for now, you know, there's enough in there. You've got kind of the whole family spread there. So I thought they would be quite nice in with the kit. Then I asked Mum when I was in the middle of making it, what do you need? What do you want with the kit? Pockets, she said, give me corner pockets. So there's 6 corner pockets there. Now I have cut all these out ready. I've actually cut all of the kit out for a change. I'm really like on it this week. So that's them there, cut out and inked. So they're rather cute. Now you can use them as they are. They will perfectly fit your ephemera, your journal cards, whatever you want to use to pop in them. But I'm going to do something a little bit different with them later on as well. So keep watching for that. And of course then you've got other little bits of ephemera as well, which I just thought were quite cute. Rather than me just putting 2 pockets upside down, I thought let's make it look like a little bit of a set. So I put some more roses in, and you've got some more butterflies in there for you to fussy get. This is just a small selection of vintage ephemera. Again, these are the documents that are in the journal pages, and then there's a music page there, a hymn page, with some lovely rosy background from one of the kit pages. So that's that. And then the final page is these gorgeous little cute tags. You've got 8 tags there. I've printed this on quite thin paper, so they do look a little bit faint on there, but when I printed them to cut them out the other day on 120 pound paper, they were more vibrant. And I've also done some of these little tuck label things. I never really know what to call these shape, and I never really know what to do with them. I tend to use mine, I think, as little tiny pockets, but I noticed there's a hole in the top there. You could do so much. I'd really love to see what you guys are doing with these, because I've put them in a few kits now, and yeah, if you do use the kit, tag me in your posts and show me what you do with these, because I like them, but it'd be good to see what you do with them. So that is the Rosie Blooms kit, and that is now in our Etsy store. And then the second kit that we've got out today is dedicated to the artist John William Waterhouse, and this is a collection of some of his beautiful paintings. He was known for painting drawing, no, I would say painting, these beautiful portraits of these ladies. He also did a lot of the, oh, I'm going to get this wrong, I should never have got into a history lesson. I think it was the Greek goddesses, maybe? I'm not quite sure, but go and have a little look, they're fascinating. But they're all public domain. I basically just popped them all together in a little kit just to make it nice and easy to use them, and I just thought they go quite nice actually with this kit that I'm working with today. So that's the first one there. That is the second one there. That's beautiful there, isn't it? And that one there with the picking the flowers, really lovely. And I love that one. But I mean, they go with anything, do you know what I mean? They really would go with any kit. You could use them on tags. I've done a variation of shapes with them, just to kind of give you lots of options. But I just think they're quite useful to have in your arsenal, should we say. Another beautiful image there. And what I've also done is I've printed them off, sorry, bashed the camera in, at half size for myself, so that when I use them now in this kit, I can use these as little elements on things like tags and things like that. So they're quite dark in contrast to the kit, obviously, which is quite bright and light. But I think they'll go together well. So we'll see how they work out today. But yeah, they are in the they'll be in our Etsy shop today as well. And there is an offer on if you buy both kits. So I will put the code down in the description box below. If I forget, somebody please prompt me. Okay. You know what I'm like. And also I will have the link there for Daniella's kit as well, or kits I should say. So yes, go and check them out, because there's loads and loads of goodies there for you to have a little look at. Okay, so I'm going to get on with this journal now today and show you what I've been doing, and yeah, let's crack on. Hi everyone. So I've just turned the camera back on now. I'm like way on from where I was earlier on when I was like, back in a minute. I wasn't back in a minute. I was back several hours later, but I was just kind of like into the throes of, I've actually done the one signature now, and I was just about to do something with this journal, this signature, and I thought I'm going to put the camera on and bring you guys with me so you can see how I've done this. So basically I've taken a cloth. It was a tablecloth, well, a tray cloth I think they call them. I've taken this out to the centre and I cut this off the outside, so if you see, it's now starting to look familiar. So I'm just going to pop that over there a second, and I'm going to take that out because I don't need that right now. But basically I want to put this lace edge in here. I want to use as kind of like the trim on this signature, but it's slightly too long, so I kind of just want it to hang over, so that these bits here kind of like hang off the edge. But as you can see, when you fold it right over, it's this much too long. So I'm fiddling about with it, and I thought, you know what, Rach, let's just start sticking a bit on and we'll see where it goes from there. So I just thought you guys might like to join in while I experiment. So this is me working with our new kit, and having a bit of a mad play about. It wasn't what I'd intended to do a video on tonight with you. In fact, I had something completely different planned out earlier on today. But as you know, they didn't quite go like that, and they often don't, do they? So we're going to go with the flow. But I'm just thinking, if I kind of make a start by sticking this on, I can kind of take it into shape then while it's on the paper, because it's easier to see then, isn't it, if it's going to work. So I just want, see, I just want that in there slightly hanging over, not too much so that it all flops about, and then these little flowers here in the corner. And then I'm thinking, if from there then we, because I don't want to leave all this white on, you see, I want to cut that back, so I might start doing that now that it's in place, and I can kind of see what I'm doing. So I don't want to go too tight. It's going to go one way or the other, isn't it? I'm either going to make a complete mess of it, or it'll go swimmingly and I won't like it. This is the risk we take sometimes, and it's always harder when you're trying to try something out and the material you're using is vintage, and especially if you only got one and you're like, oh, is this going to work? Is it not? Because if I make a mistake, it's going to be a mess and it'll be ruined. By the way, huge thank you to the lady that left me the comment about Fiskars and about contacting them about my broken scissors. I've just seen your comment now. I was just chatting to my son and he was saying, Mum, have you checked your comments today? And I was like, oh gosh, no. So many messages to read, different places. I sometimes do forget about the YouTube comments. I do apologise. As much as I love reading them, I don't always in the day remember to go on and double check. So I do apologise. I know I'm getting a little bit slow at replying. But I did see your message about that. Thank you. I haven't done it yet, but I will contact them. So that was really interesting to know. Somebody left me a comment when I said about my scissors not staying shut. Apparently they've got a lifetime guarantee. So if I contact them, she said that they should replace them. So watch this space. We'll see what happens there. It's so nice to hear of things like that now, because we live in such a throwaway society that nothing seems to last any longer, does it? We often talk about this in my house, you know, saying, oh, you know, years ago, you know, people didn't have to buy new this, new that. You had stuff and you had it for 30 odd years. Whereas I couldn't tell you how many hoovers I've had and hair dryers, and yeah, when I was a kid, I'm sure my mother had the same hairdryer the whole time I lived at home. In fact, I'm not even sure if I'm right in saying she hasn't still got it now. But yeah, we are the throwaway generation, aren't we? Well, my generation are. And that's not out of choice, it's just because they don't make things like they used to anymore. Right, okay, that looks okay. So I don't know if you can kind of see what it is I'm trying to do here now. So if I can cut down there now. So yeah, like I say, this wasn't quite how I planned for this to go today. But my video got interrupted earlier on, and well, it was actually family stuff, so that's got to come first. My My youngest had had a bit of a tough day at school today. He's obviously up in the big school now, and he sometimes comes home with a bit of pique, and it was a bit of frustration from the day today, but he tends to worry about things a lot, so I was trying to help him sort something out from his homework. And then of course it was tea time, and then I got distracted doing something else, and then my son was doing his accountancy course at the desk, so I wasn't going to disturb him this evening. And then when I came in then this evening to say goodnight and see how he was getting on, we got to talking about, my goodness, I don't know, my oldest and myself have put the world to rights tonight. I love it when you have nights like that and just have these random conversations and you just talk about loads of nonsense, but it's all like really important stuff. And it's good. So one good thing about your kids growing up is they turn into great adults, and then you get to have these amazing conversations with them. And you look at your kids sometimes, don't you, and you think, wow, you're really intelligent. Did I make that? Is it just me that has those thoughts? No, I'm sure you all do. We do a great job, don't we, mums? I think we forget it sometimes. I'm very proud of my boys. Very proud. Right, okay, so now we perhaps can see what I'm aiming for. Could you see that before I cut it? I don't know, perhaps it was just in there. But this is now my problem. It's too long, and I need that to sit there. So, there are two questions here. Do I, well, there's one question, what do I do? But do I cut there and then push that flush and then just overlay? Or do I simply fold a bit back? That's probably the answer, actually. I don't really want to go cutting it. I think that's the answer. I think I'm going to fold a bit back on itself. Like that, because I'm going to probably run a stitch down it afterwards anyway, and then it'll be nice and secure there, won't it? I don't really want to start cutting, and we're going to have like frayed edges and stuff. Although that being said, that is a bit, yeah, no, I don't want to cut the lace. Right, let's take the bulk off first. Okay, sorry about hiccups again. Oh, we seem to have hiccups these days doing videos. What's that all about? So, super exciting day yesterday. Have I told you this? Stop me if I've told you. I don't think I have told you. I was telling you all last week, wasn't I, about our plans at work for the charity shop. So yesterday I went into work and I was supposed to have a meeting with the estate agents first thing, and they rang me first thing to say they couldn't find the keys to the building that I was meant to be viewing. So I was like, oh, okay, this is a great start on Monday morning. So I was like, oh, okay, well, obviously if you haven't got the keys, not much you can do about it. Give me a ring when you find them. So I was a bit gutted because I was kind of like, really had my kind of heart set on this building, and I thought it was going to be perfect and everything. And I don't know, the estate agent wasn't really like trying very hard to sell it to me. So he was like, oh, well, if you go up and just look through the window, it is what it is. What you can see is what there is to it. So I was like, oh, so is there no rooms at the back or no offices upstairs? And he was like, no, what you can see is basically all there is. So I thought, no, actually, I don't think this is going to be big enough. So anyway, got off the phone, went and sent a few emails, and then I thought, right, well, you know, I'd planned this time out to go up and have a little look. So I thought I'll just walk up to town anyway. It's literally like a 3-minute walk up the hill. I walk up to town and I will go and have a little look around and see what's vacant. I had to post some letters. So I thought, well, you know, I'll kill two birds with one stone. I'll just have a little walk around and see what's about, kind of thing. Let's go to the front first. You know, and you just, sometimes you're better off on the ground, aren't you, looking, than just sitting back at headquarters on the computer. Computer doesn't tell you everything, you know. So I went up into town and did that. I had a little walk around and was looking at the shops that were empty. You know, there's quite a lot there. Taking some numbers down because there were other you know, to let signs up. And I thought, oh, you know, go back and ring a few of these. So I just nipped into the one shop then to get some milk to take back with me for the teas. And I noticed another estate agent. Now, I'd been trying to track this one estate agent down on the internet so that I could email them and see what they kind of like had on their books for like the last week and a half. I couldn't find a website for them, which I thought was a bit weird. So I kind of just assumed that maybe they'd shut, because we've lost 2 in town. So I don't know, perhaps, you know, lockdowns or whatever, maybe they've shut this this branch. So as it was, but no, there it was. So I thought, oh, I'll have a little look in the window, see what they got. So I stood there looking, and there's quite a few commercial properties on there. So I thought, oh, do you know what, I'm going to go in. So there's 2 ladies sat inside, looked very friendly, sat behind their desk. So in I went, my mask on, mumbling away, and the lady was like, I can't understand you. So anyway, I just basically said to her, you know, explained what I was after, asked if they had any commercial properties on their books, and she said, well, actually, what are you looking for? So I explained where I'd come from, what we did, what we were looking for, the kind of space we were looking for. And I could see her colleague looking, and she kind of nodded her head, and she said, well, actually, we might have something right up your street. So she showed me this building and explained what it was, and, you know, the kind of terms of the lease and everything. And I was like, oh, actually, that's really interesting. So, you know, when would I be able to view it? Sure, I'll take you over now if you want. I'm not doing anything. She's like, oh, okay. Because obviously it's like literally down the road in the same town. It's just around the corner, literally 2-minute walk. So me with my shopping bag with my milk, followed this lady then across town. And she took me to what was one of the old banks in town, and there's builders in there at the moment because they're renovating, and it was absolutely fascinating. So went inside, had a good look around. All the vault and everything is still downstairs. So they basically kind of the let is for like the basement floor, which is like the safe and the vault and all that's down there. And there's like a load of storage and everything down there. They've still got the dumbwaiter thing, you know, the thing that they put, if you're in a hotel, you put your hot meals in there, but they put like, I don't know, I assume they must have put the money and all in there to go down to the vault. So that was still there. Yeah, it was really weird, a little bit eerie in there, but nothing, you know, no bad vibes about the place. And of course I can remember it being a bank not so long ago, I suppose, although it wasn't my bank, but we won't hold that against it. But yeah, it was fascinating. So there's like 3 floors. There's like the top floor with offices, the main floor then that had the bank, which would be a perfect space for us to open a shop for the charity. And there's even space then out the back to do like, you know, if we want to do like, because we do have like clubs that they run. So people then have, you know, vision impairment or vision loss. They come along to these clubs once a week or once a fortnight and, you know, meet up with other people in the similar situation and help each other out. And, you know, we have our staff there then that give them advice and stuff. But yeah, they could do all that there. And like I said, there was even room there then for offices. So it's absolutely fascinating. So I was like well fired up then. Shot back to the office then and spent all afternoon trying to see if we can find some grants now. So we've got like a major fundraising project to put together now to see if we can get some funding, because I think we're going to need a new heating system in there, and you know, we don't need painting and decorating. Time to call in some favours, I think. Oh, do you know what? I'm actually really pleased with that, because that was exactly what I was kind of trying to do. And I think that looks quite good. Yep, I like that. So this is going to be quite, oh, I can't think what the word is now. Eclectic. That's the word. I'm trying to empty. Look, I've got my scraps. See, I'm being good. I'm emptying out all my scraps. I am. And in my defence, that cloth had already been cut. It was already had pieces missing. I'd use this bit, so I thought, right, well, let's use what we can. So this here, look, has got this frill on it and this bit of lace, and then there's a few other bits then of scrappy lace in there. I've done a pocket with some of the lace. And then added other bits and pieces. So I'm just going through now. I'm going to just add some bits of lace to this one now. But I think that goes quite nice. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Okay, so let's get the inside done then. And then I'm going to go and do all my stitching then. Okay, so my journal is all done now. My signatures are all done. I'm just going to put now, I'm just going to bind it into this beautiful cover. And then I think that will be it. So I'm going to bind it first and then I'm going to do a little flip through so you can see what's inside. Because she will be all ready then to go into our Etsy shop. So there we go, the journal is all finished. So I'm just going to give you a quick flip through and then explain to you what these wonderful pile of papers are by the side of me here. So we'll come to that in a second. So this is the journal. You've watched some bits and pieces of me assembling. I'm not quite sure if you saw me do the cover. I don't think you did, but you definitely saw me popping the buttons and threading, binding the journal. So we've got some antique lace here, several layers of fabrics. The cover is finished with stitching from the machine, and then on the front we've got this beautiful Bohemian trim from India. That's actually from Mehetaj's shop. We've got some more antique lace. This is another Bohemian trim that I had from sent over from India, and then this beautiful fabric here which I've been hoarding because I love it. So let's have a little look at what's inside. Oh, and there's a little charm there that says love. So inside this journal is our new kit. So this is the kit that I've obviously shown you at the beginning of this video, and I've used it now in this journal. So this is some of that beautiful vintage fabric that you saw me attach on the front there. This is one of the elements. So I haven't filled all of the pockets. So I'm just going to show you, you know, where the pockets are. But so we've got a pocket here. I have then added some lace to the edge of this page here. This is a vintage book page. This here is where I've just stuck a little cluster here. So that's some elements from the kit, and I've put some lace and a little flower on there. This here is one of the pockets out of the kit, and I've just finished that off with some stitching. And there's a little ruffle then on some antique paper here. This is an old wall form. This is out of our kit Shades from the Past, but I felt it went quite nice with this. Left that there for writing space. This is an old book page. Again, another one of the journaling cards which I've used as a pocket. This is actually a page from our recent kit, the Snowdrop Spring kit. That's the back of the Edith Holden page. This is a triple pocket made with the hearts that we've got in the new kit. And then there is a very, very old Polish page in there, and a pocket there. And this is, that is blackberry dye, colour paper dye. And this one here is, I want to say raspberries. So it's a very fruity journal. You've got a pocket then in the bottom of here that's been done with some vintage fabric that's been stuck down. So yeah, you've got a lovely pocket there. You've got an old book page there, and then you've got a large pocket here. I love that. That's just beautiful. It's to go with our Rosie theme. You've got another book pocket. A book pocket. It's not a book pocket. It's a heart pocket. And then there's the centre. And here we've got then a little pearl bead and a little heart. A little bit more writing space, and the other side of that beautiful pocket, a vintage book page, some more writing space. We've got a double pocket here then, so you've got one there and you've got one then behind. Writing space, we've got another pocket there. This is one of the journal cards on the kit. Whoop. Those beautiful bluebirds that we all seem to be working with this week. Snowdrop kit. This is one of the pockets from the Rose kit, and this is another journaling card here, and that's a piece of that vintage paper. We've got another pocket there, and there's some vintage lace on the bottom. I've tried to add lots of lace trims to it as well. This is another one of the Rosie Bloom journal pages. And then the second signature, again, a nice mixture of fabrics and lace. This is a piece of ephemera from the kit, which I've used as a pocket. I have printed here onto vintage music paper. This is actually the Snowdrop kit, and I've just printed that on there because I love those birds. This is a genuine vintage book ledger. And I've put some of these lovely heart pockets on top of that and made a little waterfall of those. There's a bit of Tim Holtz there, and I've done a little bit of quilting, and I've added a key there, and I've just popped that on with a grommet. I've got a little pocket up there, and then a bit of lovely lace. And then here we've got another one of the journal cards, some ephemera from the kit, finished with a bit of stitching. There's lots of stitching on the edges of the pages as well. There's another heart pocket there, and then this is another page from the Rosie Blooms kit, and another one here, writing space, gorgeous giant pocket here with a vintage postcard in, which dates to 1910, I believe that says there, and it's lovely, and that's embossed as well on there, so you can see it's really lovely. So that will come with the journal. Another piece of our blossom kit, lace. This is from the Country Flowers of Victorian Lady. I just love that page there, and I've just added some decorative stitching down there, and the centre again has got some beautiful beads on there and dangles. Vintage book page, a little cluster on that one there. There's like little bits of sewing on the edges as well. Most pages have been stitched on. This is one of these cool little pockets here, and I've just added some little elements on there to decorate that. Got another double pocket here. Oop, one in there, and then some beautiful lace there, which is actually vintage lace to finish off. And I know it's vintage lace because this is lace that was left over from when my mum made my sister's wedding dress, which is nearly 30 years ago, so definitely vintage. That's one of Roxy's pages there. One of our journaling cards, other side of the Tim Holtz. We've got another pocket here with some of the elements from the kits in there. That's the other side of the ledger page, another pocket here, more ephemera, it's a little triple pocket there. That's the printed book page, that's actual book page. And then here we've got a pocket with a hidden writing spot as well. So I'll just pop them in there so we know that's the pocket. And then that's the back of that page there, and that is the journal. So the journal will be in our Etsy shop by the time this video goes up live, but with this journal you will also get this envelope. I'm going to pop all of the remaining pieces from the kit into the envelope, which you will then have with the journal. So you can finish popping bits and pieces in there. But also with that will come this ephemera pack. So this is all vintage ephemera. You've got some lovely cigar labels here that are obviously collectibles. They're not actually of cigars. You've then got some very vintage playing cards. They're out of a collectible set. There are some more postcards here as well. This is also embossed. That's just lovely, that one. I really love that one. But that's from February. I can't quite see the year, but it's a 1. So I'm going to go with perhaps, it's the same lady from in there though. And there's another one there, but they've got roses on them, and they're just pretty relevant to the theme. So I thought I'd pop those in as well. There's also a vintage ledger from a house accounting book. That's from back in, I think, the 50s. The date on there, or 49, 1949. There's a piece of shorthand from an old secretarial notebook. There's a piece of writing paper from an old notebook, and also an old message form from the war. This is also from the Second World War date, and this is the last form on a performer. And then there's also then some other pieces of ephemera. There's an invoice, there's a certificate. There's some typing notebook. There is this stunning inventory sheet, and that's on like kind of onion paper, I suppose. And then you've got this lovely French what is it, Rachel? It's an invoice. I'm going to call it an invoice. It must be. It's been stamped. So all of that will come with this journal. It'll all come together as a pack. So as I said, this will go into our Etsy shop tonight. So if you are interested, pop over and have a little look. But the kit will also be in there. And don't forget as well that there'll be an offer code at the bottom of the video in the description box for you to buy both kits at a discount. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I hope you enjoyed watching me make the journal. Thank you for joining me, and I will be back with you very soon. Take care now. Bye.